Good morning, guys. Summer here, coming to you live from Greensboro Downtown Yoga for today's Yoga Sweat Hybrid class. For us here at Greensboro Downtown Yoga, Yoga Sweat Hybrid is our power and high energy focused yoga practice. You'll notice that we include elements of cardio and strength to build this sweaty but invigorating practice for you. Today, you'll notice I have no equipment, so we don't need anything other than you and your body. And a mat if you want it. You might want to have near you a water bottle, and if you get sweaty, you might want a towel as well. But all you need to do for today's practice, like I said, is have you and be ready to move. If you joined us yesterday, you know that I was inspired by a quote from a book I've been reading that said, "Nothing about you is average." Today, I want us to continue using that quote as our inspiration, but know that we're going to use it in a little bit different of a way than we did yesterday for any of those who might have joined us. And if you didn't, maybe take the opportunity. It was an all levels flow class that I did yesterday. For our focus for our actual movement today, we're going to spend a decent amount of time working on our postural muscles. And I'm going to really cue you and help encourage you to find ways to stand taller and be stronger in our center. And that's going to be our movement-based focus for the practice. A couple things I always want people to know when they're practicing with me is that first, I have a really bad left ankle. You don't need to know the story, but it prevents me from doing some things, or it makes things that look a little bit different sometimes than what you might expect them to look like. And oftentimes I encourage you to do what I say, not necessarily what my body is doing. But I also find it to be a really great opportunity to encourage you to do the exact same thing. To realize that your body might not be able to look exactly like mine does. And that's really cool. I think that goes along with this. Nothing about us is average. Nothing about us is the exact same. So throughout the practice today, I want you to find, modify, change, alter anything that we are doing so it feels comfortable to you. If I'm doing it and you're like, nope, don't want to do that, cool. Ditch it and do something else. Okay? That is our promise to each other for today. The second thing, to please get water, take breaks. Only do a part of this if you're just get to a point where you're like, I just need a break. Take it. Allow you to do what you need over the next course of this practice. Okay? Awesome. We're going to start today in this standing position. I want you to find a spot with your feet right under your hips, your heels on the floor, and you're going to shut your eyes. In this standing position, I want you to take a moment to focus on your breath, to see where you are in space. Notice your natural, normal breath. Know that there's going to be points today when it's going to get higher and more rapid, and that's really great. That means you're strengthening your heart muscle, and that's what we want to encourage. Then there's going to be moments where we slow our heart down. Let's take advantage of these moments together. Maintain your eyes shut. Take a big, deep inhale through your nose. Exhale, let it all out. Again, big, deep inhale. Exhale. the next 60 minutes, we're going to allow ourselves the opportunity to realize and accept that we are not average, that we are amazing. And this little sway back and forth. Start to have your feet just into the ground swaying. Roll your shoulders. Get great big shoulder rolls as you find this little sway back and forth. We're trying to warm up into the upper body. Take a big deep inhale, reach your arms overhead. Exhale, you're going to sit your weight down into a chair. Inhale, lift. Exhale, sit. Lengthening through our fingertips, reaching towards the sky as we stand tall and then sink low. In chair, we want our knees to stay in line with each other and aim to be about over the center of your foot. Use your breath. So inhale, exhale, inhale. Use your eyes. Follow your hands with your eyes and your head. Let it move in the space. One more time. Big, deep inhale. Exhale. Inhale, rise. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lift to the sky. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, as you lift, reach your arms. As you fold, extend from your hips. You'll notice I like to bend my knees as I come back up, right here. It takes a little bit of that pressure off the lower back, and to me feels much more comfortable than coming up with a straight back. And I'll show you from the side what I mean. So I'm down, and see how I kind of tuck my tailbone versus coming up like this. For me, that puts a lot of pressure into my lower back. And we want to do everything we can to keep our lower back happy. Years and years and years ago, I was in a car accident, and I ended up with a really messed up lower back. And every now and then, it'll get triggered. And it just reminds me how awful lower back pain is. One more time, big inhale. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise. Exhale, chair. Watch this. We're going to combine the two. Inhale. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise. Exhale, chair. Inhale, fold. So I'm doing this at a little bit vigorous of a pace. I'm trying to engage through my legs, trying to get heat generated through the body. Maybe you want to slow it down a little bit. You don't have to do this 1-to-1 ratio that I'm doing. Maybe you want to change it in some way. And that is the joy of this practice. Especially if you're doing it at home, no one's there to judge you. It's just you and your body. One more time, big inhale. Exhale, chair. Inhale, rise. Exhale, forward fold. Lift up as you come up. Inhale. Exhale, your hands to heart center. Ground here for a moment. Say inhale. Say, I am amazing. Inhale, I. Exhale, am. Inhale, amazing. Exhale, I am amazing. One more time. I am amazing. Come to heart center. Beautiful. Do a modified sun salutation. Big deep inhale up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, hands to shins, flat back. Exhale, as your hands come to plank, step back into a plank position. This is your first time in a plank today. Feel free to go to your knees. Press your palms into the mat. You'll notice I actually go to my knees a couple times in planks. I'm dealing with a neck injury that makes it better if I'm on my knees. So you do you. Press your palms into the mat. Try to puff up this space in your upper back. Then what you're gonna do, it's gonna be the scap retraction push-up. You're gonna lower down so your elbows stay straight, you notice, and I'm just dipping my chest. So you exhale, lower. Inhale, rise. Exhale, lower. Notice my head, it's staying in line with my body right here. And where this push-up, keep doing it, is coming from is these muscles right in between your shoulder blades. If you remember, I said today's going to be a lot about postural focus and the posterior chain muscles. And that's what we're doing right here. In some ways, this is a lot harder than doing a regular push-up for many people, especially if we're weak in this area. One more time, exhale. Inhale, hold plank. Lift to your toes if you are not, and then join me for a downward dog. Hold downward dog right here as you press your hands into the mat. Walk your feet forward to the front of your mat, forward fold. Inhale as we lift high to the sky. Exhale, hands, heart, center. Let's do that all again a little faster. Inhale, rise. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Step back to plank. Knees or toes here. Lower down twice. Exhale, scap retraction, push up. Inhale, rise. Exhale, lower. Inhale, rise. Lift to your toes. Lift your hips, downward dog. Lift your heels high, bend your knees, step or jump to the front of your mat. Inhale, halfway rise. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, sit weight back into chair. Hold chair. With chair, you have lots of options. Your arms can be right here to the sky in this full pose. You want to make sure that you're getting this long, neutral spine in the movement. Arms also might want to be in front of you, especially if you've got shoulder issues, or they might even come here to heart center. Wherever feels good for you, right? I really like mine in front of me. Kind of gives me that vision. Sit a little lower into your chair. Yeah, I was talking and I wanted you to stay in chair. That was mean of me, I know. Big deep inhale, rise. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway rise. Exhale, step back to your plank, hold. Inhale, try 2 scap retraction push-ups, lower down. Inhale, rise. Exhale, squeeze the space in between your shoulder blades. Exhale, come up, downward dog. Lift your heels, bend your knees, step or jump to the front of the mat, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, sit low into your chair. Reach your arms forward. Now everyone, bring your arms straight in front of you this time. We're gonna lift our heels, so it's gonna be a little lift and lower. Inhale, lift your heels, reach your arms back. Exhale, lower them. Inhale. Exhale. Now maybe you want to come up a little bit higher and down a little bit lower. Maybe your knees are saying, please don't make me do this. And that's okay. You find the version that works for you. Another way, one heel at a time. Beautiful. Let's do 2 more. Lengthen and reach. Feel that squeeze between your shoulder blades. Now let's all hold our arms back there. Hold, 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 hold. Lift a little higher on your heels. See if you can squeeze your heels together. Bring your hands together behind your back. Interlace them right here. Lower your heels down and forward fold. We are pressing together the shoulder blades. That space right here that we are working in those scap retraction push-ups is the exact same thing we're doing right here. But now we're stretching them. Release your hands to your lower back. Bend your knees and roll up one vertebrae at a time. Big lift tall to the sky. Exhale, your elbows are going to bend. You're going to look up to the sky with this arch in your back. Inhale, look up. Exhale, cactus. Lift it down. Exhale. Squeeze the space in between your shoulder blades. We're trying to feel as if you're pulling a bar or band down. One more time. Exhale. I think I gave you an extra. Inhale, rise. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step back to plank. 2 of our scap retraction push-ups. Exhale, down. Inhale up. Exhale, down. Inhale up. Hold. Exhale, downward dog. Bend your knees, step or jump your feet to the front of your mat. Exhale, forward fold. Bend your knees super deep. Lift your arms up. Right here are the moments where our brain and our body need to talk to each other in positive ways. Because your body is wanting to tell, or your mind is wanting to tell your body to quit, right? But no, we're gonna stay here. You're gonna drop an inch lower. Ah, yay. Are you feeling your quads? I am. You should be too. Check your knees while we're here. Are they over the center of your foot, roughly? I hope so. Okay, big strength moment coming up. Big deep inhale, rise. Exhale, sit low into chair. Now, as you come up, lift your right leg off the floor. Hold. Balance moment, right? Squeeze your shoulders down your back. Inhale. Use this long line of your body to go straight. Press your shoulder blades together as you bend your standing leg and go a little bit deeper. Now stand back up on it. Oh, yes. It's a single leg bend. Maybe your balance is kind of teeter-totter, and that's good. That means you're challenging it. But you could always place a toe on the floor, right? You don't have to have that leg lifted. I'm just challenging you to. Let's do one more. Hold low. Hold, 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 hold. Sink just a little lower. Now that leg that's lifted in the back, step it back and reach your arms high to the sky. Woo! This is crescent. For those of you familiar with yoga. For those of you not, this is a lunge, right? Front knee right over the center of your foot. Sink lower. Bend your back knee. Let it touch the mat. Big deep inhale. Exhale. Okay. Hands, heart, center. Lift up. Inhale. Lower down. Exhale. Lift and lower. Exhale. Say, I am amazing. I am strong. I am resilient. I am powerful. I am me. I am everything. Two more. Hold. Transfer your weight forward so your chest is over your legs. Reach your arms behind you, just like we were in that little chair position earlier. Find that squeeze. Now, big deep inhale. Reach your arms forward. Exhale, reach them back. Notice I am not moving my body at all, right? The only thing moving at this moment in time is my arms. Ooh, and that's what makes it fun. You are finding these moments of stillness. I don't know if you can see it, but my leg is shaking. One more. Hold your arms forward. Hold, 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 hold. Now, big, deep inhale. Exhale, come to standing. Hold. Teeter-totter. Do it. Fall. Regather. Beautiful. Big, deep inhale. Exhale, sit to chair. Ooh, that leg is shaking. Inhale. All right, let's do it again. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway rise. Exhale, find your length and fold over as you step back to plank. Knees or toes. Lower down. Inhale. Exhale, scalp retraction, push up. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, hold plank. Hold, hold, hold. Lift your knees. Downward dog. Lift your heels. Bend your knees. Step or jump. If you're up for jumping, jump to the front of the mat. Inhale, halfway rise. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, as we rise, the left foot comes off the ground. Hold. Find this moment of stillness, of balance, of teeter-totter, right? I love that opposition between fast and slow because oftentimes we just want to keep going. But standing here can be the hardest thing to do. Reach your leg back. Hold. Inhale. Bend your front knee. Sink a little bit lower. Now this is going to be one of those times when you'll notice I can't necessarily go super deep. But I'm still going to ask you to bend this knee and then stand up tall on it. I personally have a pin right here in my ankle that is preventing it from doing that movement, right? You might have something that's preventing you, but how can we mind over matter that? You know, thought of this years ago, I could have easily said, I've had 2 ankle surgeries, I've had 3 knee surgeries, I've had 2 head surgeries, I'm just gonna give up, right? And that's true, that's everything that makes me me. But then I realized that I'm not average. Those surgeries and those injuries and those illnesses make me part of my story. And they mean that something like this single leg little squat is hard, but I can still do it. I can still try in the way that's authentic to my body. Hold. Big deep inhale. Exhale, step back. Lift your arms high to the sky. Find your low crescent. Lower your knee to the ground. Hands to heart center. And that's what I want you to do as well. Know that every scar, every challenge, every moment just makes you who you are. Inhale, lift high. Exhale, sink low. Exhale. Whew. Inhale. Maybe you teeter-totter with me all over the place. Some days this leg just doesn't have the balance that I want it to have. And that's okay. Let's say it together. I am amazing. I am strong. I am resilient. I am powerful. I am amazing still. I am me. Hold low. Reach your weight forward. Lengthen your arms overhead so that back leg is as straight as possible, right? Press your back heel to the back of the room. Reach your arms behind you. Inhale. Lengthen forward. Inhale. So in this place, can you find a way to be even longer from your head to your toe? Can you lengthen your foot more behind you? I don't know. All I know is I can encourage you to do it. Inhale. As you pull your arms back, squeeze that space right between your shoulder blades. One more. Hold your arms forward. Now here's your moment. Big deep inhale. Come to standing. Nice. Lower down. Beautiful. Big deep inhale. Exhale, hands to heart center. Fantastic work right there. You might feel your heart pounding a little bit, your legs shaky a little bit, and that was exactly what that series was all about. As we continue to move, remember, slow it down, do what feels right. Form first. Big deep inhale. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway rise. Exhale, step back to your plank. We are never going through a chaturanga. These are purposefully scap retraction push-ups because those are going to force the muscles that improve our posture. Inhale, plank. Exhale, downward dog. Right leg lifts to the sky, three-legged dog. Press your palms into the mat. Bend your knee, come into knee to nose. Round, touch your nose and your knee. Inhale, rise. Exhale, knee to nose, round. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. One more. Exhale. Inhale, rise. Exhale, send your knee to your opposite elbow. Let that knee and elbow touch. Maybe your toe touches the floor as well. Cool. Inhale, rise. Cross, exhale. Inhale. Feel the strength as your elbow and knee try to touch. Exhale. One more time. Inhale. Feel that cross over your body. Inhale, rise. Exhale, step your foot in between your hands. Hold. Hands by your foot. Stay low right here. Take a moment. Shut your eyes. I know, it sounds silly. You're like, why am I shutting my eyes? I want you to focus inward, to find this moment of stillness as a chance to explore your body. With your eyes shut, lift your arms up. Find a moment of balance. Hands come heart center. Open your eyes. Big, deep inhale, arms high to the sky. Exhale, warrior two. In warrior two, your front knee is over the center of your front foot. Your back leg is parallel to the edge of the mat. Sink low. We're gonna rise, inhale. Exhale, sink. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Find your mantra to yourself. We've been saying, I am something. Maybe you find what you are to you. So let's say, I am amazing. I am strong. Continue that for you. Hold here. Hold warrior two. Feel length out your front fingers. Find that strong position. Sink lower into your standing leg. Inhale, reverse warrior. Exhale, windmill your hands beside your foot. Step your foot back to plank position. So we are again in plank position. Tap your right knee and then back. Left toe and back. Tap and back. Now notice it is a tap. It's not super fast right now, right? I want you to pull your abdominal muscles in. Feel those muscles working and engaged while you tap your toe. Now, we're gonna do this with a little bit of urgency, but the most important thing is that you remain calm. So how do we have urgency and calm? Looks like this. What it is my upper body is still, right? I'm not doing this and my booty's not shaking everywhere. I have that pulled in, tight body. Keep going. 4, 3, 2, and hold plank. Hold. I know. Big deep inhale. Exhale, downward dog. Lift your heels, bend your knees, step or jump to the front of the mat. Fold over. Inhale, halfway rise. Exhale, forward fold. Bend your knees, sit low into your chair. Now your feet, maybe they're together, maybe they're shoulder distance apart. Wherever it is, your knees are still in line. Your tummy is still tight. For my ankle, my heels prefer to be together. But again, that's just, I think it gives support. You're gonna sink a little bit lower. Lift your heels now. Ooh, you remember this? We did this earlier. Reach your arms forward. Big, deep inhale. Exhale, lower. Maybe it's one heel. Notice I did switch the arms from how we did it earlier, right? That challenges your brain in a way that's different. And I love that because we get so used to wanting things to be the exact same, right? And in the world we're living in right now, in the midst of this COVID-19, there is absolutely nothing that is normal every day. And learning how to deal with that is the true mindset, true mental toughness. Hold your arms up, hold your heels up. Now, lower yourself down. Yes, my heels and my butt are trying to touch. Ooh. Okay, here's the fun. We're gonna stand all the way back up. Keep your heels lifted. Keep them lifted. Lift and stand. And stand. For those who joined me yesterday, we did this there, right? Let's do that on the other side. Inhale. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway rise. Exhale, step back to your plank. Knees or toes, remember. Inhale. Exhale, scap retraction, push up. As fatigue starts to set in, you might notice you want to start bending your elbows on these. That is so common. The elbows should be straight. Hold your plank. Lift your hips, downward dog. All right, left leg, three-legged dog. Exhale, pull your knee into your nose. Find the rounded spine. Inhale, rise. Exhale, pull. Inhale. Exhale. Think strength. Think slink. You're like a little cobra right here. A little cheetah, excuse me. I guess you could be a cobra as well. One more time. Inhale. Cross your knee to your opposite elbow. Cross, 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 cross. Touch, touch. Remember, your elbow and your knee are touching, but your toe can come to the ground. Keep pressing your hands into the mat. One more. Inhale, rise. Exhale, bring your knee to your nose, then step through and lift up. Shut your eyes right here. Hands stay on the floor. Stillness. It's the calm after the storm. With your eyes shut, lift your arms high. Crescent. Hands to heart center. Keep your eyes shut. Lift your arms up, eyes open. Exhale, warrior two. Lift high. Exhale. I am amazing. I am me. I am the experiences and the journeys that make up my story. One more time. Inhale. Exhale, hold. Find that knee over the front. Reach back, reverse warrior. Inhale. Exhale, windmill your hands beside your foot. Hold. Step your foot back, find plank. Do that same little knee tap in. Tap and back. Start off slow. I want you to use the abdominals to pull the knee in. You're pressing your palms into the mat to puff up your upper back to get more strength into the center. And by puff up the middle back, upper back, I want to be clear. I don't mean you're doing this. I mean that instead of being here, I'm pushing in so that this part of my back is lifted versus caved. So that's what we mean. Let's do one more. Now, let's add a little bit of slightness. Urgency with calm. Notice I use my breath. Each time you exhale, pull your knee in just a little bit closer, a little bit tighter into you. 4, 3, 2, hold your plank, hold. Exhale, downward dog. Lift your heels, bend your knees, step or jump to the front of the mat. Forward fold over. Bend your knees, sit low. One more time, we're gonna do this little chair cycle, chair flow, but it's gonna be a little different this time, okay? Trust me, you can do it. Reach your arms forward, because I am right here with you with shaky legs. Big deep inhale. Let's lift our heels. Hold, 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 hold. Sink an inch. Lift an inch. Lower your heels, reach your arms forward. Inhale. Exhale back. Lower an inch. Rise an inch. Heels come down. Lower. Lift. Reach. Maybe it's just one heel that's lifting. That is what feels good to you today, and that is what you do. Or maybe you have some fun and you alternate it, because this feels so different than being on 2 feet. It's not better, it's not worse, it's just different. So everyone, just give me one more time. Try both heels, lift. Reach your arms back, hold, hold. Lower down. See if you can lower all the way down. All the way down. It's the last time you have to do it today, I promise. Heels touch. Rise all the way up, okay? We're gonna come to standing. Let your balance wobble. Let you shake. And lower down. Heels to the ground. Take a moment to center. Hands at heart center, eyes shut. Whew. Hopefully you feel a little bit of strength, a little bit of power. Always knowing that you are the amazing human doing the work. No one else is doing it. It's all you. Every step, every moment. We have one more little flow. It's totally different. I want you to step to the right side of your mat. You're going to sit low into your chair. Hands come to thighs. You're going to lift up high and then sit down low, okay? My heels are lifting. Yours don't have to. Rise up, lower down. This right here is beautiful. Stay with this. Or I want you to go low and then step to the outside of the mat. You're gonna push your hands off your thighs. So you're getting this little push. Each time you do that, you get a little bit of increased heart rate, but also strength into your arms. Right? Push and push. Two more. Are you telling yourself you're amazing? Because you are. Stay wide. Hold. Turn your toes out. Sit your weight down. Hands come to heart center. Whew. So this little place, it's called so many different things. We're going to call it resting position squat for today. You press your knees out and you lift your chest. Remember posture being one of our focuses. The idea is that we are not lounged forward like this. As you notice, when I do that, there's nothing about my upper back that's engaged. When I push into my elbows and I squeeze my shoulder blades together, that is what gives us postural focus. Because when people tell you to stand tall, it's about pushing the shoulder blades back. Yeah, your hips might be talking to you right now. They should be. Let's take our hands, place them on the floor, step back to a plank. Hold plank position right here. Okay, we've kind of practiced some of this throughout the day. You're gonna take your hips, inhale, exhale, downward dog. Pull your right knee to your left elbow, hold. Come back to plank. Exhale, downward dog. Cross to the other side. Step back, plank. Exhale, down dog. Now watch how I'm gonna change this. Step, tap, reach, plank, downward dog. Cross, thread, hold, downward dog. Cross under, plank, downward dog. So I'm finding this crossed position with my body, then plank, then downward dog. You have one more each side. Thread, hold, plank, downward dog. Reach forward, cross under, center, down dog. Great job. Lift your heels, bend your knees, step or jump to the front of the mat, forward fold. Bend your knees, and as you do, your right foot comes off the mat. Stillness. Well, maybe shakiness. Big deep inhale. This foot's gonna go out to the side. Falling star-ish. Reach your hand to the floor. Find the place where it makes you want to fall. And do it. Yeah. Try to stumble. Try to fall. Because it's those moments that allow us to overcome adversity. Press your standing foot into the floor. Lift yourself all the way back up. Hands to heart center. Deep inhale. Exhale, hands, heart, center. Let's step to the other side of your mat. Start off, just sit low. Inhale, exhale. Now at this point, your legs might be shaking. They might be going all over the place. Mine are, and I'm noticing lifting onto my toes is not doing well because you notice I'm kind of teetering everywhere. There's a point that's okay, and then there's a point where it's just like, just go a little lower. Stay here, right? Or let's bring our hands to thighs and go out. Press off those legs. Down and up. You're feeling that rise and lower. You're lifting your heart rate up. Feeling the strength in our legs. The creativity of our movement and the authenticity that is us. Each press is a moment to go a little further. Good, 2 more. Sink. Hold your foot out. Hold. Toes turn out. Sit down into your resting position. Squat. Press your knees out. Maybe you shift side to side this time. Or maybe it feels nice to kind of open and close. Open and close. Perfect. So we've been doing stuff to focus in on our posture, right? And a lot of that is included pressing and squeezing the shoulder blades together and engaging into that upper back, right? So this next place is totally optional. For those who've been practicing yoga, you will probably have seen this move at some point. If you don't want to do it, it's okay. We're going to practice a crow. But I want to practice a crow a little bit differently. Bring your hands to the floor. Walk your toes in. So you're in this little kind of lifted position. You know, we've been in here a couple times. It's the same place, but now your knees are out. Our hands are on the floor. That same kind of scap retraction push up, you want to find the upper part of it. So press into the floor, puff up your upper back. Now teeter your weight forward and lift one foot off the ground. And then back. Let's do it again. Notice I'm reaching forward, I'm lifting a foot. As I do this, do it a couple more times. I'm pressing my arms into my legs. So I have pants and a shirt that are both slippery. So it's kind of a sliding mess. You might be with me too. I didn't think about that when I put on this outfit today. Now, if you feel comfortable and you feel confident, or if you don't, let's try this. Let's try lifting both feet off the ground. So give your wrist a break for a moment, shake them out. Settle back down, elbows onto the outside, or knees onto the outside of our elbows. Shift your weight forward. Now press your arms and your legs into each other. Pull in with that pit of the belly, just like we were doing in all those cheetahs. Hold, 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 hold. Inhale. Exhale, release. Did you do it? Did you tumble? Did you fall? I hope so. Or I hope you held it. I hope you just tried. Let's sit. We've done a lot. We've done a lot of really deep work. A lot of heart-pounding, strengthening moments. These last few moments, we're going to calm down just a little bit. You're going to take your feet and tuck your toes so all 10 toes touch the floor. You're going to sit your weight back onto your heels, lifting your chest as tall as you can. I want to face you. Stay right here. Your your toes might start to cramp. Ignore it. Let's lift ourselves up and say, I am amazing. I am courageous. I am powerful. I am me. Hold. When tough things are tough, like this moment right here, there's lots of moments outside. We have to remind ourselves what we are. Because nothing about you or me, any of us, is average. We are amazing. We are us. In all the weird quirks and things that brings. Come off your toes. Tap them out. Sit back onto your heels. That's how I like to get there. If you don't, find a different way. But you're going to be seated. And take your right leg, cross it over your left. Hook your elbow around your knee. And I just want this nice spinal twist moment. Press your palm into the mat as you rotate and look over your back shoulder. These moments of stillness and quiet. Keep your mind focused on all those amazing things that you've said about yourself. Remind yourself of those versus going to the external chatter. Switch sides. Hook your knee. As we do this, we find lift and rotation from the middle of our body. So it's like we're trying to go around a pole. Come back to center. Make your way to your back. Allow your knees to hug into your chest. Just give a little rock from side to side. In these moments of unease, we need this hug, even if it's just a hug to yourself. Our body craves interaction and connection with other people, and we're being advised not to touch and not to do, which is good. But we need this, so give yourself a hug. Allow your knees to fall to one side. Look over your opposite shoulder. Allow your hips to settle in a way that feels real to you. Inhale your knees back to center. Exhale, let your knees fall to the opposite side. And back to center. Give one more knee hug. Exhale, extend your arms, extend your legs, and find your final resting place, your final savasana. As we stay here in savasana, realizing that this might be the hardest pose of the day. It might be the hardest place I ask you to go. Because Shavasana is about calming. It's about letting go. So for the next 90 seconds, if you're wanting to pack up your mat and turn this live stream off, please don't. Please stick around. for this last moment. Lay here in complete and total stillness and quiet. I've been so selfish, needing to leave. It's not good enough. I take you places that you've never been. I can give you the world if you let me try again. Yeah, just a one chance that I swear. Little by little, bring awareness back to your fingers, to your toes. Let them wiggle around and feel the space. Bring your knees back to your chest. Give yourself one more great big gratitude hug. Push yourself onto your right side. Let blood go away from your heart. And push yourself up to a seated position. As I talked about and mentioned earlier, that inspiration from our quote for today, that statement of nothing about you is average. I wish I could take credit for it, but I can't. It comes from this book, and by this, she started out as a blogger. She's a writer. She's pretty amazing. The book is called The Middle Finger Project. Judge as you want. I'm going to read you the second part of what I was talking about yesterday. She says, nothing about you is average. You were built to be effervescent. You were built to create, to make, to experiment, to lead. You were built to be big, freakishly big, bigger than life itself. Not even your own self-doubt can stop you. Not even the gravest of days or the biggest of setbacks can stop you. You were built to dazzle and dance and charm. You were built to own rooms and capture minds and dismantle boring. And be the kind of woman who is not afraid to show up as her best and brightest self. You cannot help it. You are who you are. And you can do this. Your eyes shut or open. Take one more big inhale, reach your arms overhead. Exhale, hands to heart center. Say thank you to your body, to your mind, and to this day for all that it does for you. Go out into the rest of your day with a renewed sense of energy, gratitude, and thankfulness. Until next time, I'm Summer. Thank you.